MI6 will be headed by a woman for the first time in the 116-year history of the Foreign Intelligence Service. Blaise Metroelli, who has worked for the Secret Intelligence Service since 1999, will be the 18th head of the organization and succeed Sir Richard Moore this year. She is currently the service's technology and innovation lead and said she was proud and honored to have been invited to take the top job. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer described the appointment as historic at a moment when the activity of our intelligence agencies has never been more important. MI6 is responsible for collecting foreign intelligence to enhance the security of the UK, and its main objectives are to prevent terrorism, disrupt hostile state activity and enhance cybersecurity. Its head, usually simply known as C, is the only publicly named member of the organization. Ms. Metroelli, 47, is Director General, Q, head of the all-important Technology and Innovation Department that seeks to maintain the cover of secret agents and find ways around enemies such as China's biometric tracking. MI6 has a crucial role to play, alongside MI5 and GCHQ, in keeping the people of Britain safe and advancing UK interests abroad, she said. I look forward to building on that work with the courageous MI6 officers and agents and our many international partners. Ms. Metroelli, who graduated in anthropology from the University of Cambridge, has held director-level positions in MI5, MI6's sister, Domestic Security Agency, previously and worked for most of her career in the Middle East and Europe. On the King's Foreign and International Birthday Honours list in 2024, she was awarded the Companion of the Order of St. Michael and St. George, CMG, for services to British foreign policy. In an interview with The Telegraph in December 2021 when she was at MI5, using the codename Director K, Ms. Metroelli stated threats to UK national security really are diverse. The dangers we are concerned with mostly revolve around defending government, defending secrets, defending our people, so counter-assassination, defending our economy, sensitive technology and critical knowledge, she stated. She also said that Russian state activity, not Russia itself, continues to pose a threat and that China was reconfiguring the way the world is and that poses tremendous opportunities and threats to the UK. What does C do? C is the MI6 head, also referred to officially as Secret Intelligence Service, and are accountable to the Foreign Secretary. C serves as a member of the Joint Intelligence Committee, together with heads of departments and senior government ministers. It is generally a misconception that the C is for chief. It is not. The first spy agency in Britain was the Secret Service Bureau, which was formed during the 1900s. It was commanded by a Royal Navy officer, Captain Mansfield Cumming. He always signed his letters C, and the codename has remained. Captain Cumming also wrote in green ink. To this day, the MI6 head remains the only individual in Whitehall who still writes in green. And does C issue his or her agents with a license to kill? No. But the Foreign Secretary can. Under Section 7 of the Intelligence Services Act 1994, an MI6 agent may be licensed to take certain steps which would otherwise be unlawful, including the use of lethal force. But it is a lengthy and complex legal process. The organization she will be leading is confronted with unprecedented and multiple challenges. Geographically, these come mainly from Russia, China, Iran and North Korea, since the four countries cooperate increasingly to counter UK and Western interests worldwide. There are technical challenges as well. MI6's job is to recruit human agents to steal secrets from Britain's enemies, both hostile states and non-state organizations such as Al-Qaeda. In a period of breakneck digital innovation, MI6 is struggling to pedal ever faster to keep up with its adversaries and be relevant. When so much information is now collected on the web and from space, last September, departing head Sir Richard, with then CIA Director William Burns, cautioned that the international community was under threat in a way we haven't seen since the Cold War. In the Financial Times, the duo stated that aside from the war in Ukraine, both foreign intelligence agencies were still working together to disrupt the reckless campaign of sabotage across Europe being waged by Russian intelligence. Sir Richard and Mr. Burns went on to describe the growth of China as the principal intelligence and geopolitical threat of the century. They further averred they had pressed hard for restraint and de-escalation in the Middle East. On Sunday, Sir Richard, who is to retire in the autumn after 5 years in his position, described himself as absolutely delighted with the historic appointment of his colleague. Blaise is an extremely experienced intelligence officer and leader, and one of our leading commentators on technology, he said, "I am delighted to welcome her as the first woman to lead MI6, Foreign Secretary David Lammy, to whom Ms. Metrowelli will be responsible as the new head of MI6, said that she was the perfect candidate and would make sure the UK was in a position to meet the challenges of global instability and emerging security threats. I would also like to pay tribute to Sir Richard Moore on his service and leadership," he stated. "I have worked closely with him in the last year and thank him for his significant contribution to our national security and safeguarding of the British public." Sir Keir also expressed gratitude to Sir Richard for his dedicated service. "I am confident that Blaise will continue to offer the superb leadership required to protect our county and preserve our citizens' safety," he continued.
And if you find this information useful, be sure to subscribe to the channel.